good heart health that people can have. They made statements that he had clean coronary arteries when apparently the truth is quite different.
With so many Americans committed to the Atkins approach, debate over this diet will not likely go away anytime soon. John McKenzie, ABC News, New York.
We hope you'll stay with us for Good Morning America. I'm David Muir in New York, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
For the latest video highlights, log on to America Online, keyword ABC News.
You're watching ABC.
Breaking news overnight now, more than 100 dead in 2 days as a new car bomb rocks Baghdad. Also, President Bush still in the hot seat after releasing his military records. Was he AWOL, as his critics charge? Plus, Secretary says Martha Stewart changed phone records, then asked her to change them back. Was Martha planning a cover-up? And Josh the Newfoundland licks the competition at the Westminster Dog Show. And Good Morning America. I'm Charles Gibson.
I'm Diane Sawyer. And finally a dog with some meat on its bones or fur or whatever. We like Josh, yes. A man-sized dog.
Yeah, I think it's dull in this case. He is a big one, and he barked in pleasure when he won. No more prissy little pooches, as they say. Not your ear. It's a big old barking dog that won Westminster, and the dog's going to be here.
That's right.
Indeed, he's going to be hosting the last 3.5 hours of the show.
That's right. Whatever he wants, I think he's going to get this morning. We also, of course, have other news in addition to that we just told you in the headlines this morning. Serious questions swirling around the president of the White House about his own military records. We're going to lay out the controversy for you this morning and also talk about whether it matters or not. And as John Kerry, Senator Kerry, sweeps toward the Democratic nomination, winning 2 more primaries. Headline today, as Wesley Clark decides to quit the race. General Clark to quit the race.
So we'll bring you up to date on the political news. Also, the FCC holding hearings today into sex and violence on television, threatening 3 strikes and a network's off the air. But how far is too far in network television? We're actually going to ask you to vote on our sampling today. We'll give you some sense of all this.
And also this morning, how Dr. Atkins died, a medical answer to the new attacks that he died because he was overweight and also because he had heart disease.
And it's Romance Week at Good Morning America. This morning, eat a chicken dinner and you might get engaged. We'll explain that and also spin the wheel for another bachelorette.
Recipe.
This is a chicken dinner when we've learned that if you serve this to a guy, he's going to ask you to marry him?
Yeah. Right. Apparently it works.
I don't know. I've heard stranger things, but we'll explain it. Let's go to Robin Roberts at the news desk.
All right, Charlie and Diane, thank you, and good morning, everyone. Iraqis working with the U.S. were the targets of a major attack today for the second time in 2 days. Dozens of Iraqis were killed when a car bomb exploded outside an Army recruiting office in Baghdad. ABC's Jim Sciutto is there with the latest. Jim?
Robin, we spent the morning at the scene, and it really was devastating. These were young Iraqi men applying to join the new Iraqi army. It was on an open road, a public road, so the suicide bomber was able to get this car bomb right up next to them, and that's why the death toll was so high, approaching 50 now. So for the second day in a row, a bombing on this scale. The FBI was already at the scene this morning. We watched them as they examined the wreckage. The military saying it was a huge bomb, 500 pounds of explosives surrounded by artillery shells. It's a common mix in these sorts of attacks. What we're also seeing are the attackers' tactics. Clearly now, anyone who cooperates with the U.S., yesterday it was Iraqi police, today recruits for the new Iraqi army, are targets. Robin?
Thank you, Jim. Jim Sciutto reporting from Baghdad this morning. John Kerry is basking in the glory of his first victories in the South, but he's refusing to become complacent, even as another opponent calls it quits. For our Politics Uncensored morning briefing, ABC's Kate Snow is in Fairfax, Virginia. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Robin. John Kerry has now won 12 of the first 14 contests. It's not over quite yet, but the question is he unstoppable?
East and west, north, and now in the South.
With victories in Virginia and Tennessee, it might seem like John Kerry is the inevitable Democratic nominee. Not so, he says.
I wouldn't dare venture there. I think you have to fight each state, each step of the way.
Does he worry the race is about to get nasty?
And I'm prepared for that, and I'm ready to defend the choices I've made.
One man's gain is another's loss.
General Clark has decided to leave the race.
A spokesman for Wesley Clark made the announcement soon after the general thanked supporters.
We've all had a great time.
Expect the official word later today.
And we will never, ever quit. Ever.
Howard Dean and John Edwards are still hanging on, pinning their hopes on next Tuesday's Wisconsin primary.
You give me a shot at George Bush, I'm going to give him and you back the White House.
Edwards is from North Carolina. He had always hoped to do very well in the South. A disappointing night for him last night, but he said he intends to fight like crazy to make this a two-man race between him and John Kerry. Robin.
Thank you, Kate Snow in Virginia this morning. President Bush will deliver a speech today on how to stop the spread of weapons of mass destruction among rogue states. His speech comes on the heels of news that a noted Pakistani scientist is involved in spreading nuclear technology. Earlier, Diane Sawyer asked Condoleezza Rice whether one of our own allies, Pakistan, was involved in spreading nuclear technology.
President Musharraf took the step of trying to help to break up this network, and I think we're going to continue to get his cooperation, and I'm sure that he wants to know the full story here.
The State Department says it's been complaining to Pakistan for years about a nuclear black market. More than 1,000 family, friends, and well-wishers attended a memorial service for Carly Bruscia last night. It was held on the grounds of the Sarasota, Florida church where the body of the 11-year-old kidnap victim was found. Her family will have a private funeral tomorrow. Well, if you are looking for love in time for Valentine's Day, you may not have to look all that far. A new poll finds nearly 3 out of 4 people say they've dated a colleague. A big jump from last year, but the online survey says 75% would rather keep those workplace romances under wraps. Though something to think about. That's a First Look at News, 7:06. A First Look at the Weather. Good morning to Tony Perkins.
And good morning, Robin. Good morning, everybody. We're going to take a look at the stormiest weather in the nation today. Once again, it will be in the south. 1 to 3 inches of rain will fall from Texas over to North Carolina. The northern end of this system, we could see some wintry mix, some ice, some snow in places. This will lead to some widespread road and river flooding. That's going to be the problem there. That's a quick look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. Now, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. All right, thank you very much. That's your first look at weather. We'll have more coming up in just a little bit. Charlie, thank you.
All right, thanks, Tony. We're going to start now with President Bush's military record. It's a subject that seems to be consuming Washington these days. The questions about the president's National Guard service just won't stop. And ABC's Claire Shipman is in Washington this morning. Claire?
Good morning, Charlie. Well, the Bush team put out new documents yesterday, hoping to close the book on this issue. Instead, it looks as though it's shaping up to be an explosive election year battle, and the president's spokesman was on the front lines Tuesday.
You have not answered that.
No, I said no in response to your question, Keith.
But there was one message Scott McClellan wanted out.
These records I'm holding here clearly document the president fulfilling his duties in the National Guard.
The pay stubs and documents the White House passed out do show that Bush did earn the required training points between May of 1972 and May of 1973 to maintain his Guard status. That's the period when some have suggested he didn't show up for duty. But will the documents quell the questions about Bush's time in the Guard? Let's look at the calendar. May of 1968 to May of 1972, his pilot training years. Those aren't in question. But starting in May of 1972 and over the next year, his service records grow murky. Indeed, 2 lieutenant colonels in charge of Bush's Texas unit say they couldn't evaluate him because he, quote, has not been observed at this unit during the period of report. Now, that in part is because from May to November of that year, Bush had asked for permission to serve in the Guard in Alabama. He was working on a campaign. The problem is there continue to be no records that show Bush reported for duty in Alabama, and at least 2 of his commanding officers have said they don't remember seeing him at the base. General William Turnipseed, deputy commander of the 187th Squadron, told ABC News by phone, "I don't know if he showed up in Alabama or not." Now, the newly released pay stubs show that Bush was paid during the periods when commanding officers don't remember seeing him. Is that proof he reported for duty? Bush insists he did serve during the period in question.
There may be no evidence, but I did report. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been honorably discharged.
And despite the fact that this issue was raised 4 years ago, nobody who served with the president during that period has come forth to talk about it.
So the new records show that he earned money and points for his service, but in a hot political season, the questions just won't stop. Did he miss some of his duty? Did he get any special treatment? Many of the superiors involved who could clear this up are now dead. Furthermore, many have pointed out that given the way the Guard worked 30 years ago, it was probably possible to miss some duty, still get paid, and be honorably discharged. Charlie?
All right, Claire, thanks very much. We're going to turn next to the reporter who broke this story about the president's military records back during the 2000 presidential election, Boston Globe reporter Walter Robinson, and he is joining us from Boston. Walter, good to have you with us.
Good morning, Charlie.
So all of a sudden there are new records that the White House produced yesterday. What do they show? What did we get new yesterday?
Well, we got some payroll stubs, which suggests that then Lieutenant Bush did in fact serve for some sporadic periods of time in the year in question, which is between May of '72 and May of '73. What the White House didn't tell us yesterday, what we've reported this morning, is that even though they said he completed his service adequately, they meant that he did so for retirement purposes. But he did not meet the minimum number of annual training days required of guardsmen at that time, which would have been 39 days. He only served for 25 days in that period. And as Claire pointed out, there were a number of months in there where he didn't show up at all.
Yeah, you get a certain number of points for each day you report, and you need 50 points to satisfy the obligations for a specific year. And I noticed that 15 of the points were just sort of given to them. It was a gratuity almost. Was that normal practice, that you'd get extra points even though you didn't show up for some days?
Right. Everybody who was in the service got the 15 points, but remember, those points were just for retirement. The actual requirement would have had him achieving about 78 to 80 points at a minimum, and he didn't do that.
Well, it's interesting. These records show he was paid. Is it possible that he was paid and didn't show up because these commanding officers, both in Texas and Alabama, the 2 units to which he was assigned at different times, say they don't remember seeing him?
Well, it is possible. There were episodes of that happening at the time. Whether it happened in his case, we don't know. What we do know is that both in Alabama and Texas, as you pointed out, his commanding officers say that they didn't see him at all.
But the president says, look, I was paid, I got an honorable discharge, I remember being there. Why doesn't that end the matter?
Well, I think it's a question, as all good issues in politics are, it's a question of credibility. Now we have a president who calls himself a wartime president, and there are questions about his service. 4 years ago, national security was not a major issue, and this issue went virtually unnoticed. And now all of a sudden, it's right in front of us.
The commanding officers say they don't remember seeing him either in Alabama or in Texas, but as the White House press secretary yesterday said, look, we're talking about something more than 30 years ago. How can you expect people to remember someone who was in the National Guard 30 years back?
That's a fair point. What's surprising is that over the last 4 years, nobody in either Alabama or Texas has been able to come forward and say, yes, I served with this man. Remember, he got in the Guard through family connections. He was well known in his unit, and in fact, his commanding officer in Houston, who eventually let him out early, was a friend of his, according to Bush's own autobiography.
Is this really such an issue, Walter, something that happened 32 years ago?
Well, I think I'd leave that for the pundits, I think there's some evidence that the Democratic Party, to use a phrase, has been test marketing this for the last couple of weeks to see if it has resonance, and I think we have to wait and see on that.
All right, Walter Robinson, thanks very much. Wait and
Happy to
see,
be with
does it
you.
have resonance?
Right.
Diane?
He leaves it to the pundits. And fortunately,
We have a pundit.
We have a pundit, George
I'm gonna leave it to the
Stephanopoulos.
voters.
So let me pose it to you, pundit person. 32 years ago, does this resonate with voters?
Not yet. Not yet. Walter Robinson talked about test marking. I'll use a different metaphor. Basically, what the Democrats did a couple weeks ago is throw a brushback pitch in the first inning of the World Series. And this was about showing they were tough enough. If Republicans are going to come at them on national security, come at John Kerry on national security, they're going to be willing to push back. But I think when the White House released these records yesterday, they effectively shifted the burden of proof. Now, unless Democrats or reporters can prove that President Bush didn't show up in Alabama, rather than raising questions about it, or can prove that strings were pulled to get him paid or to get him a cushy assignment, I think this is likely to recede as an issue. But they're always going to be able to bring it back if the Republicans go with the Democrats.
You mentioned the documents surfacing now. There's been a search for them for some time. And I talked to Dr. Rice, Condoleezza Rice, National Security Advisor, among, well, other things, how the documents came to surface now.
No, my office was not involved. The president said on Sunday that he intended to do everything that he could to make records available. He's made those records available. It's my understanding that these are pay stubs and these are retirement points. And the president is proud of the Guard service that he did. He's proud of the National Guard as an institution. And he's been an important and very good commander-in-chief for American Armed Forces. I think the American people understand that, and he's made the records available and is proud of his Guard service.
Is it a legitimate question whether he fulfilled his Guard service in the same way other members of the Guard did?
Diane, the president has spoken to this issue. The documents speak to this issue. I think the important question for the American people is an issue of how this president is carrying out his duties as commander-in-chief with America under threat. We know that America is under threat because we lost 3,000 citizens of the United States and of the world on September 11th. We know that we face dangers of regimes like Iraq and like Iran and North Korea acquiring weapons of mass destruction. We know that we face a Middle East that is in desperate need of transformation. Those are the issues of national security. Those are the issues of leadership that this president has been willing to face up to and to take the tough decisions as president that are lonely decisions. No one else can take them, but decisions that have to be made to secure America.
Those will, of course, be the central questions, and that's why the president is in some ways beholden to events. Is the situation in Iraq going to get better or worse over the next 6 months? That's going to have far more to do with his re-election prospects rather than what happened 30 years ago. But one more note on those records. I spoke with another White House official this morning. They point out, of course, that, wait a second, these records, if anything, helped the president. We weren't trying to hide them in any way. We wish we would have had them 4 years ago. And he also pointed out that the National Guard was on its own after the Democrats raised this issue, starting to collect these. These things were going to come out in the next few weeks no matter what.
Okay, George Stephanopoulos, good to have you here. Switching topics now. Charlie?
All right, well, we're going to turn next to the Martha Stewart trial. Her longtime assistant delivered some perhaps damaging testimony against Martha Stewart yesterday, and ABC's Chris Cuomo has a report.
It was a day Martha Stewart is hoping she and the jury will soon forget. Stewart's personal assistant, Annie Armstrong, testified that the homemaking guru altered a computer phone record that could have tied her to an insider trading tip. The message from December 27, 2001 came from Stewart's stockbroker, Peter Bukanovic. The message? Peter Bukanovic thinks Imclone is going to start trading downward. Stewart is on trial for the events surrounding her sale of Imclone. A month after her trade, as the government was starting to investigate her, Stewart's assistant at Martha Stewart Living said she found Stewart at her desk, highlighting and deleting a portion of the original phone message so that the message was changed to Peter Bukanovic, Ray Imclone. But then, Stewart's assistant testified, Stewart, quote, instantly stood up, still standing at my desk, and told me to put it back to the way it was.
This is direct evidence of her trying to obstruct justice. It's consciousness of guilt. She knew that she had gotten this information. She tried to change the record because it would prove that, in fact, she had received this information. That is very powerful, convincing evidence in front of a jury.
The secretary's testimony may not have been the worst of it for Stewart. A lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission testified within a week after altering the Bukanovic message, Stewart told investigators she couldn't recall if he had left any messages for her on the day of her trade.
So we'll
Chris
keep you
Cuomo
up to
report.
date. Right, we'll keep you up to date on Martha Stewart. Our picture of the morning is our guest of the morning, too. Can't get enough from the Westminster Dog Show. And we love Josh, the top dog, big winner, barking his approval when he wins.
Today, the best in show for the Westminster Kennels Club is the Newfoundland.
The crowd was with it, and he's telling the world about it.
I mean, that's sort of like the end zone dance he gets to do there. That's his version of it.
Experience from last year to this
Now, a lot of people don't understand when they bark, but I know what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that, you poodles and dachshunds.
That's right.
You puny little puppies.
You spent 3 hours at the hair salon, and I walked away with it. So, anyway, Josh will be along coming up, and we'll take a break and be back.
It's the Laundry Spectacular at Sears. Come in now and find all washers and dryers on sale. All high-efficiency washers and dryers are on sale, as well as all front loaders and all top loaders. Big savings on all the top brands, including Kenmore, America's #1 name in appliances. We'll make sure you find the right one. We'll match any price, plus give you 10% of the difference. Plus, get 0% financing until February 2005 and free delivery on all washers and dryers over $3.99. Hurry to the Laundry Spectacular, this week only at Sears.
Don't tuck in your shirt. Don't polish your shoes. Your hair is fine as it is. Or isn't. Those lines, just evidence of how fully you've lived. Even if you're thinking about refinancing, relax. There's a company that sees you as more than a credit score. To homeowners everywhere, come as you are. AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
Introducing Kellogg's Special K Vanilla Almond Cereal. Toasted almonds, creamy vanilla flavor. It's a 110-calorie treat that only tastes indulgent. New Special K Vanilla Almond. Help yourself.
You never know when you'll need allergy medicine. That's why there's Alivert. Alivert starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue, without water. It's prescription-strength, non-drowsy relief even Claritin can't beat. Alivert, right when you need it, wherever you are.
Experts are saying it's one of the worst flu seasons in recent memory, which is one of the best reasons to drink Florida orange juice. It provides essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin C that your body's immune system needs. Plus, your kids will want to take it. Florida orange juice.
Rediscover the skin nature intended you to have with Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. Made with oatmeal, which holds moisture naturally, Aveeno lasts for 24 hours. Aveeno. Discover nature's secret for healthy skin.
Jason Williams, the former basketball star, as you probably know, charged with the shooting death of his driver. The trial opened yesterday. Later, we're going to talk exclusively to his wife.
And how far is too far on TV? Hearings today, and you can weigh in on what you think. Coming up.
America's military depends on the strength and sacrifices of the men and women of the reserves and the National Guard. And these reservists and guardsmen rely on the support of their employers. Please contact the employer support of the Guard and Reserve today to find out how you can help the citizen soldiers who help guarantee America's freedom.
Call 1-800-336-4590 or visit ESGR.com.
On September 11th, terrorists tried to change America forever. Well, they succeeded.
I like to volunteer for the Neighborhood Emergency Response Team to help the firefighters. As you know, I was Fireman of the Year 3 times.
You're Mariano Rivera.
Thank you.
Fireman of the Year is a baseball award.
Yes.
You're not actually a fireman.
No.
Fireman of the Year, huh?
Just a few more minutes.
When you help your neighbors, you help your nation Everyone can do something.
Visit us at usafreedomcorps.gov.
Hello, I'm Della Reese, and I'd like you to meet Faith in Action. Faith in Action means people keep their independence by getting help from volunteers, people of different faiths who shop, cook, drive, or just check in on some of the millions of Americans with long-term health care needs. A neighbor's independence depends on you and me. Faith in Action. Try it and see how good it feels.
You're asking me? That's so embarrassing.
No.
No? No. No. No.
Nope.
No. No.
Will you go to the prom with me?
No.
Oh, please.
For more info, go to OperationGraduation.com.
Today, a girl learned that wishes aren't just granted in fairy tales. Today, a girl who is sick saw something she'd never thought possible. The future.
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Well,
So great.
Our pal Jemiah Nash, who has been on this program singing before, the young lady from Atlanta, Georgia, and this is at the John Travolta birthday party this past weekend, singing Over the Rainbow. She'd never heard the song before.
Learned it the night before, was scared to death, blowing it, going up on the words, and simply
wowed them.
Wowed everybody, including Streisand.
You imagine being that age and singing for Barbra Streisand and knocking her just on her keister. She was so good.
She probably didn't know who Barbra Streisand was either. Maybe that helped. Anyway.
She's such a great little kid. She really is
great.
terrific. And she was singing at Travolta's birthday party.
Later. I was going to say, we're going to give you more of the entertainment from the party.
The Travolta birthday party, right. Anyway, good morning, America. I'm Charles Gibson.
And I'm Diane Sawyer.
And ahead in this half hour, we have an exclusive interview with the wife of Jason Williams. You know Jason Williams, the former great star from the New Jersey Nets, implicated now in the death of his limousine driver, charged in that shooting death. And we'll talk to his wife. There were opening arguments in court yesterday.
And it's cold outside, but it's hot, hot, hot here in Times Square as we continue Love in Valentine's Square with Romance Roulette. Will they pair with this lovely bachelorette? With Mr. Right. Does the Wheel of Fortune know? Amazing wedding proposals caught on tape. We have more of those too.
And also this morning, we have here what looks like just a regular old chicken dinner. But we have found out that this particular recipe for chicken, a number of young ladies have served it to their boyfriends, and then after they serve it, the guys pop the question.
We don't know why,
the
but
will you marry me question, I'm sorry.
That's right. It's this recipe, and we're going to give you the recipe and tell you its history. It has a strange history. It's being passed around like a secret, a magic code coming up.
And the fur was flying last night at Madison Square Garden. The top dogs duked it out for Best in Show, and in this half hour, we'll have an exclusive sit-down with Josh, the very big winner. Big, I say, literally, because he is a Newfoundland who won.
And one more item of note, we've got some great beachwear. The Victoria's Secret swimsuit fashion show, say that 6 times. And we'll have that later on, too. But first.
But we do start with Jason Williams and his wife, the trial of the former basketball player. He's charged in the shooting death, as I mentioned, of his driver. And Robin Roberts is bringing us up to date.
Well, Charlie, as you know, this trial has been 2 years in the making. Everyone agrees that what happened on Valentine's Day 2002 was tragic and unintentional. A jury will decide whether what Jason Williams did was a crime. In a moment, we will speak to his wife, Tanya, but first, ABC's Jessica Yellen with highlights of the dramatic opening statements.
Jason Williams reacted visibly as the prosecution laid out a case that could send the basketball star to jail for 55 years.
The individual who shot Gus and killed him is the defendant in this case, Jason Williams, who's sitting right here.
Williams is charged with 8 counts, among them aggravated manslaughter and tampering with evidence. The charges date back to February 14, 2002, when Williams was showing friends a loaded shotgun and it went off, killing limousine driver Gus Christofi. In opening statements, the prosecuting attorney said Williams was drunk when he put his finger on the trigger of a loaded gun. Compounding the tragedy, he says Williams tried to make the shooting look like a suicide.
This case will present a picture of a story about a defendant who recklessly shot and killed an innocent victim and then did everything in his power to see that it would be covered up. This case will not be about an unforeseeable accident.
But Williams' defense attorney says that's exactly what it is, an accident.
There was an accident that day. It was unforeseeable. The state has tried to make it a crime.
The one point they do agree on, Williams never intended to shoot Christoffi. This morning, we expect to hear from the prosecution's first witnesses. The defense team has indicated that in the coming weeks, Jason Williams himself could take the stand. Jessica Yellen, ABC News.
And joining us now for an exclusive interview is Tanya Williams, Jason's wife. And Tanya, thank you very much for agreeing to come in and speak with us.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning to you. I know you want to talk about your new website, and you're eager to talk about that. We'll get that in a moment. But first, I want to ask you about yesterday in court. I know you can't talk about specifics as the case is ongoing. But how difficult was it for you to be sitting in that courtroom and hearing what the prosecutor had to say about your husband?
Well, we've heard these allegations before, so we're sort of callous to the allegations, but in fact we were relieved that this long and arduous process has finally come to a head, and Jason's side of the story, the truth about this horrible, unforeseeable accident, can finally be told.
I saw you sitting there behind your husband, and I couldn't help but notice when the prosecutor was accusing him of the cover-up and asking his friends to lie for him. You could really see that Jason was very visibly reacting to that. You know Jason better than anyone, Tanya. What was going through his mind at that point?
A sense of frustration at not being able to once again defend yourself against allegations that you know are false, misrepresentation of facts, and I guess just a great sense of frustration, but relying on the confidence of our attorneys to have our fair chance to relay what really happened at that moment.
I have to ask you about the allegation made by the prosecution last week that in anger your husband killed the family dog over a bet. Now the judge has said that cannot be brought up in court, but in the court of public opinion, it was in a lot of headlines. It has been quite damaging. What do you have to say about that allegation?
Unfortunately, what was not reported is that we emphatically and categorically deny the allegation. And Judge Coleman was absolutely correct in not allowing such inflammatory and prejudicial information to come in.
It's very apparent, Tanya, that you're a strong woman. You're a lawyer by trade. You have a toddler at home. It's hard to tell, but you're expecting your second child in a couple of months. How has this been for you, the toll it's taken on you?
Well, over the past few years, 2 years, we've had to endure strategically malicious and vindictive allegations and, like I said, false representations against our family and against Jason primarily. But, you know, God's amazing grace and mercy has given us the blessing of a family, so we've found some joy in the midst of all this sorrow.
And you've also launched a new website.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I established my Jason Williams website in response to the thousands of email and letters that we get of support to everyone, and it's a way for me to facilitate my desire to thank so many people and also to chronicle my impressions of the daily events.
Well, I know you still have a very long road ahead of you.
Yes.
Witnesses will be called today for the first time. I know you have to get to court. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you so much, Robin.
For coming in. You take care.
Thank you.
All right. Time now for the weather. And Tony Perkins.
All right, Robin, thank you very much. I want to show you some videotape from yesterday. We told you about the winds in Southern California. Well, we had a red flag warning in effect for much of Southern California yesterday as winds were gusting up to near 70 miles per hour across the region. The warning means that there's a high danger of fires. Heavy dust blew across roads, reducing visibility in places like Fontana, California. Meanwhile, for today, we'll have another blast of winter in the north. We'll see near blizzard conditions from Wyoming to the Dakotas. We will see some snow and winds gusting gusting up to 50 miles per hour. Meanwhile, your wind chill temperatures will drop down to 20 below. Yikes. That's a look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. Now, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. All right, thank you very much. This weather report has been brought to you by Visa. Charlie?
All right, thanks. When we come back, Josh, the very big winner at the Westminster Dog Show, the top dog right here on Good Morning America. Meet the perfect Newfoundland, crowned last night.
Okay, contestants, you have to make your way from Maine to California. Oh, without cash, checks, or credit cards. Bye-bye.
The Visa check card is accepted at millions of places across the country, which is why millions of people rely on it.
Let me borrow your bike.
No.
Lend me the bike.
No.
The Visa check card to get you in, out, and on your way.
Well, these three made it, but where's our other contestant?
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, you know, your new boyfriend is cute. Really cute. Unfortunately, he doesn't go with the place. So what's it gonna be? Him or the furniture?
Pier 1.
Good choice.
Matches his eyes.
I didn't notice. This so brings out his sensitive side. Do you think he could go blonde for this?
Hurry into our bedroom sale.
Does that armoire make him look short?
Pier 1. Get in touch with your senses.
Ford Explorer. It's the first midsize SUV with an available safety canopy system. It has the best pick endorsement from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. And it has a wealth of technology that delivers not only safety, but confidence with outstanding on and off-road capability. Ford Explorer. The best-selling and most trusted SUV in America. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Oh, honey, come quick.
What?
Look at this Denny's French Toast Slam on TV.
Oh, you know, that does look good.
Oh, yeah. Are you getting hungry?
Yeah. Hey, how about we head over to Denny's right now?
It's just $4.99.
For French toast? That's a great deal.
Let's go.
Lost in Translation, nominated for 4 Academy Awards. Help! Including Best Actor, Best Director, and Best Picture.
You really are having a midlife crisis.
I was afraid of that. Lost in Translation. See it in theaters and own the DVD now.
Oh, not another cold sore. How long will it last this time?
Heal it with Abreva. It speeds healing like a prescription without one. It's the only non-prescription that's FDA approved. So you're you again faster. Abreva speeds healing like a prescription without one.
The crying, it's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
A Valentine's Day gift from Kay means 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
You're still crying.
I'm still happy. Every kiss begins with K.
I'm not stupid. I'm not lazy. I'm not distracted. I'm not slow. I'm not dumb.
Millions of kids have learning difficulties and are struggling in school. Without help, they could suffer the rest of their lives. If your child is struggling, visit FocusOnLearning.org. Do it for your child, do it for yourself, but do it now.
I'm not dumb. I'm smart.
Today, the Best in Show for the Westminster Kennels Club is the Newfoundland.
The Newfoundland did it, as you heard before, with a big bark. Big dog, top dog at the 128th Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. And this morning we have an exclusive look at Josh, the gorgeous Newfoundland who licked the competition, named Best in Show last night. We also have 2 other group winners who made it to the final 7. And we have David Fry, co-host of the Westminster Show. And always great to have you back,
Diane,
our pal David. Well, it was a hilarious night. It was a jolly night.
Well, that's the great thing. We have these dogs, and who can't go to a dog show and smile? You know, not smile. I mean, we're happy all day long.
Okay, let's see some of the runners-up who appear very, very consoled this morning.
Well,
They seem
we had
perfectly happy.
a great lineup last night. This is a Sussex Spaniel, a dog you don't see very often.
Stump.
Stump is his name, and you can maybe get an idea why. But we talk about the 3 L's, long, low, and level, and that's what Stump is. He has this low center of gravity that's breed so they can push through the brush. Scott Summers handling. Scott, you've seen Scott before. He was best in show with JR the Bichon.
Can I ask an indelicate question? When there's a tiny drool problem, and let's face it, we all have it, right? Is that a problem when showing a dog? Or the Spaniels just have that?
Just
tiny bit?
It's just something you learn to live with when you're showing dogs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dog hair. You pick a certain breed and they're going to drool. You
Can we
have to be
see
ready
show
for it.
position? Or can we see him up?
Can we stack him up?
Yeah.
We've had a long night, you know, some of the dogs and the handlers. So
fair enough. There he is.
There's Stump.
Hey.
But the Sussex Spaniel is one of the breeds that's been shown at Westminster ever since 1877 when we first started.
Well, he's earned the right to sit down.
Look at that
Thank
face.
you very much, Stump.
Thank you,
You're
Stump and
completely
Scott.
beautiful. Now, this is an Ibethan hound.
The Ibethan hound.
Bunny.
The Ibethan Hound won the Hound Group. Bunny. She's called, her registered name is Luxor's Playmate of the Year.
Right.
And her call name is Bunny. It's because she has the Playmate logo, the Playboy logo on her
Right
back.
back here?
But Clint Livingston handling.
Right.
Bunny is the top hound in the country last year. She won the group here at Westminster last year and launched her into a great year. She was the #2 dog all breeds.
Look at her. So sleek, so beautiful.
She's retiring to motherhood, Clint tells me.
Oh, how
Clint's,
nice.
Clint's got another great young dog out, a PBGV, that looked great here at the Garden as well. So.
Okay, thanks. Well, let's bring out Josh
Thank you,
now.
Bunny.
Victory lap this morning.
And
for Josh.
And now, for the first time
in person, he's even more amazing.
We have, you know, the great bowl, the great silver bowl for going best in show. This is probably the first year in a while that the dog can drink out of the bowl instead of standing.
But tell me this, David, am I right that he's tied for the heaviest dog, 155 pounds?
155. It's always tough for a big dog to win because they really have to be under control. And Michelle Ostermiller handling the dog for Peggy Helming and Carol Bergman, the owners, and Dave Helming. She put on a perfect show. I mean, it's a team, and the best handlers, we say, are invisible. And when you never notice the handler, that means they're doing a great job. And Michelle took this dog right to the top
Well,
last
you
night.
really have to work to get through this. There's a dog in here someplace.
Well, gorgeous.
And he'd had a little bit of retirement, 2-month retirement.
Well, he didn't go quite as hard this year as he did the year before. He was still a number 11 dog in the country and showed wonderfully, as you can imagine. But they're big athletic dogs. These are the champion swimmers of the dog world. So they have a lot of conditioning needs and a lot of activity needs.
I noticed something which was a yawning poodle. Now tell me, can we show the poodle? I wondered what it, first of all, it shows you how cool and relaxed they are, but does it matter when you're showing a dog if your dog yawns?
Well, you'd rather not have them yawn. You'd rather have them concentrate on the task at hand. But yawning in a dog is not a sign of being bored. It's a sign of stress. So I'm sure that the dog was fired up and ready to go. And he said, okay, I'm ready.
Right. Well, I'm going to bring all 3 of them out because they are magnificent dogs.
We had a wonderful lineup again last night, 2,600 and some dogs. USA Network carried it live over 2 nights.
And I want to say, by the way, too, we were very pleased to see you on Sex and the City. Those of us who said, that's our David up there.
That was great fun, too. At a dog show, playing a dog show, Jen.
Great. Well, thanks for being here, and thanks to all 3 of you. Congratulations. It was a great night at the dog show. Hey, Josh, go get a bone. You deserve it. We'll be back.
This Valentine's Day, this $2.99 quarter-carat white gold princess cut band is just $1.99. Now through Saturday. Quantities are limited at Zales, the diamond store.
So, we're all set for New York?
Yep, flight, hotel. Hey, we can get tickets to something.
Do they have Magique?
Yeah, I don't. We could get tickets to a game.
Sure.
Activities, another way Expedia helps you create the trip that's right for you.
Expedia.com.
Chris Evert has faced many challenges and won. Now the challenge for Chris and millions of women is preventing osteoporosis.
So I take Citracal to help prevent bone loss.
Citracal, the power to help prevent bone loss.
I am so fired. I am so fired. I am so fired. If I don't get out of here with ink in 2 minutes, well, I'm so fired.
Everything you need's right over here.
I am so underpaid. I am so underpaid.
Ink Depot at Office Depot. Find all the ink, toner, and fax supplies you need, all in one place with a dedicated staff at everyday low prices. Buy any 2 HP inks or an HP Ink 2-pack and get 2 reams of HP multipurpose paper free.
Aviator, navigator.
From a great choice to a tough decision, the Lincoln Navigator and Aviator.
Maybe I'll try. No.
Travel well.
You look very cute in the passenger side.
No, I don't.
This Valentine's Day, our $199 quarter-carat 3-stone princess cut diamond pendant is just $99. Now through Saturday. Quantities are limited at Zales, the diamond store.
ABC Tonight, love stinks, and so does Damon's anniversary present.
What kind of gift does she give you? An afro pick?
My wife and kids. Then Simon's boy band comes back to haunt Philip.
All those screaming girls. Man, you must have got a lot of...
Right. It's all relative. And The Bachelorette's down to her final 4, and reality sinks in.
I live with my mother.
I mean, hello.
The Bachelorette.
Love stinks.
Plus, on Celebrity Mole Yucatan, the Mole sinks to a new low. Valentine's Week, all new, starting at 8/7 Central, ABC Tonight. Then catch Jimmy Kimmel Live, late night tonight. ABC Thursday, starting at 8/7 Central. It's a night of new beginnings. Catch one incredible hour with 3 mind-blowing makeovers in a special extreme makeover episode. Then at 9/8 Central, she's always been the butt of all jokes.
I need some junk in the trunk.
Now an extreme makeover first, as plastic surgeons give her the new Brazilian butt lift. Plus, her lips have put this bartender's love life on the rocks. But will her new look be intoxicating? An all-new extreme makeover. It all starts 8/7 Central, ABC Thursday.
A yummy bloop bloop bloop. Bloop, bloop,
We were all sitting around with a chicken dinner. Why, Lara Spencer, are we sitting around with a chicken dinner?
Well, beware the power of the chicken.
Good.
This is called engagement chicken. This was brought to us from our friends at Glamour Magazine. Apparently, one of the editors passed this on to her assistant. The assistant makes it for her boyfriend, and magically, 1 month later, out of the blue, he proposes to her.
Wow.
The recipe becomes legendary. They decide to print it in this month's Glamour or January's Glamour, and they've already received 4 letters from women who say they prepared the engagement chicken, and the ring is on the finger. So, Tony, how you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good, Lara.
One thing it says is...
You look beautiful.
Tony, I've never seen you in this way.
We're gonna
No, they propose marriage. They don't propose that.
Let me just tell you the magic engagement chicken. A whole chicken, 2 medium lemons. It's very lemony.
Lemon chicken.
A half cup, it's engagement chicken. A half cup lemon juice, kosher or sea salt, and ground black pepper. The cooking directions are on abcnews.com.
This is really good.
One tip, it helps if when you prepare it, you're naked.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
Forgot to mention that.
Yeah. Just a little tip there.
We'll be back.
Very good.
Around the Water Cooler is brought to you by Quaker Tropicana, together providing a powerful breakfast to start the day.
To exfoliate your skin every day, would you use something hard or something that polishes gently? Dove's Creamy Exfoliating Body Wash with tiny beads and moisturizing lotion. Fresh skin daily.
If you look forward to that first perfectly irresistible chip from a freshly opened bag of Lay's, wait till you hear this. Lay's potato chips are now even crispier. Just one more reason they're America's favorite.
I love this time of year when it's cold. Have the oven going and the smell of an apple pie. We have a large family. No matter what activity we get together for, there's always food present. The kitchen is the most important room in our home. I don't know what I would do without Walmart Supercenter. It makes everything easier. It's great to only have that one stop. All our fruits, vegetables, meats, it's always fresh. Quality is great. I get everything that I need at Walmart. And I love the low prices. Walmart Supercenter is great for our family.
America's top critics believe in miracles. It's the first absolutely must-see movie of the year.
What are you playing for? USA!
2 thumbs up for the year's first great film.
This is your time.
Miracle, rated PG, now playing.
Surprise her. Make him think about it a little. Do something totally unexpected, maybe even a little risque. Because a great relationship isn't great without a little excitement. Like coffee isn't coffee without Coffee Mate. So velvety smooth, so delicious. So many fabulous flavors, from hazelnut to creamy chocolate. Spark things up and keep it delicious. Coffee Mate from Nestle. Coffee's perfect mate.
Ooh, child, hosting the Oscars is a trip. You walk out there and all those stars are there. Hey, y'all! That's what I like at the red carpet. Look at Julia with that big smile. Denzel looking so fine. Ooh. The whole world just stops because it's our show. So watch me, Mr. Billy Crystal, February 29th on ABC. Yeah.
If it's Oscar, expect the unexpected. Billy Crystal hosts the Oscars live ABC Sunday, February 29th, 8/7 Central, 5 Pacific.
Do that one, baby.
Welcome to Kingdom Hospital, a place medical science can't explain.
Kingdom Hospital is haunted.
One doctor must uncover the truth
Did you hear that?
I've got enough to blow this place sky high to save everyone inside.
Someone there? Little girl?
Diane Ladd,
I think that you're in real danger.
Andrew McCarthy.
How can we stop it?
At the Kingdom, it's the doctors who have something to fear. Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital premieres Wednesday, March 3rd on ABC.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Coffee Mate from Nestle. Coffee's perfect mate.
In 5 days, Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ. Judge for yourself the movie that's ignited so much controversy.
Are you anti-Semitic?
And for the first time, Mel Gibson reveals the personal demons that making this movie helped him overcome.
You thought of jumping out a window?
A fiery, emotional Diane Sawyer primetime event, Monday at 10, 9 Central.
Glucose plus oxygen equals carbon dioxide plus water.
Hey, Gio, what's up?
And energy. Superior vena cava, pulmonary artery, coronary artery.
I'd like to pass them back to you now.
For chem
Very
tissue
pleased with
types
your
of
work.
endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes. It's 3 o'clock already. And without. Copy of the skeletal anatomy syllabus for chem cycle Wednesday. Chem 2. Velocity access skeletal anatomy Thursday. The lobes of the cortex.
She's got the drive,
Cranial volume.
the energy,
Frontal, parietal,
the heart,
and occipital.
and the talent.
Motor output. Vena cava. Pre-med.
But she wouldn't be here
Evolutionary development.
without your help. Please support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Syllabus for Chem 2.
ABC Friday, George's mom gets an indecent proposal from a younger man.
Eventually, he's gonna get over this phase and go back to women.
New George Lopez. Then Seth Green is Tom's doctor with a strange love for Susan. New Married to the Kellys. And Kevin Sorbo tangles with Faith.
You have a really big mouth.
Here comes the sweet talk.
New Hope and Faith. Plus, Cupid comes early on Life with Bonnie.
You're so sweet and funny. I'm only gonna get funnier.
All new TGIF, part of Valentine's Week on ABC. Then it's an all-new Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC Late Night.
This Valentine's night, ABC brings you the ultimate fairy tale. Saturday on The Wonderful World of Disney, the story of a typical teenage girl
This is as good as it's gonna get.
who finds out she's a princess,
Shut up!
finds her family,
Yeah.
and even finds love.
Me?
Oscar winner Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway, the network television premiere. The Princess Diaries on The Wonderful World of Disney, Saturday at a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central on ABC.
Oh, wardrobe malfunction, wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, it's cold outside, as we said, but you couldn't tell by looking around our studio. We had supermodel Tyra Banks here. She's throwing us a Victoria's Secret swimsuit fashion show, and that will be coming up on Good Morning America. I'm Diane Sawyer.
I just got a note from the producers. The swimsuit models are downstairs. You're staying upstairs. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Good Morning America. I'm Charles Gibson. Wednesday, February 11th, 2004. We are going to have that swimsuit fashions a little bit later.
And also ahead in this half hour, we continue to celebrate love and Valentine's Square with Romance Roulette. Will it pair this bachelorette with the right guy? So we'll do this.
Just a minute. I'm sure it's going to win. Hey, Rob, pretending his heart thing.
It's going to be a long movie coming out.
Here we go. It may never stop. Anyway, Congress is also holding hearings today, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. They're holding hearings into sex and violence on television, threatening 3 strikes, 3 transgressions, and a network could be off the air. But how far is too far? When it comes to sex on television. We're asking you to vote, actually, on our sampling today, and we'll be talking to someone who watches a lot of television. Where is the line now? Where do you draw it?
Hard to do. We also have been taking you inside the John Travolta, Kelly Preston extravagant surprise 50th birthday.
The party
bash.
you went to.
The party I went to, yes.
And that I didn't go to.
You were so missed, though, Charlie. Anyway, we'll get a chance to talk with the couple themselves today, and also we want to play some of the entertainment for you that was such a splash on Saturday night. But first, here's Robin again at the news desk.
I just love seeing Charlie when you're talking about the party. It's priceless. All right, good morning again, everyone. Iraqis are reeling from the second major attack in 2 days. More than 40 people were killed this morning by a car bomb outside an army recruiting center in central Baghdad. This follows yesterday's blast at a police station that left more than 50 people dead. John Kerry is resting up for a couple of days after passing a major test in the South. He posted strong in the Virginia and Tennessee primary yesterday. Beyonce hopes to finish third in both states. Wesley Clark is announcing today that he will drop out of the race. The nation's largest cable television operator, Comcast, has offered to buy the Walt Disney Company in a deal worth $66 billion, including assumed debt. Comcast says it's going public with its unsolicited offer after Disney chief Michael Eisner declined to enter discussions. Disney is the parent company of ABC. Martha Stewart may have endured the most damaging day yet of testimony against her. Her secretary, Ann Armstrong, told the jury that Stewart sat down at a computer and altered an incriminating phone message, but then immediately asked Armstrong to restore it. It could be a tough day for the defense in Scott Peterson's double murder case. His attorney wants to convince the judge that evidence from a high-tech device should be thrown out. Here's ABC's Taina Hernandez.
Just about every time Scott Peterson got in his vehicle, police tracked him with a secret global positioning system, or GPS. ABC News has learned it's how law enforcement discovered what's being described as suspicious behavior. Sources say at one point during their investigation, Peterson roamed a cemetery, and several times he shadowed police while they searched the Berkeley Marina. Today, the defense will fight to block this from being used as evidence in the trial by arguing GPS technology is unreliable.
There may be later hearings that focus on the proper or improper use of that evidence by the police, but this hearing is all about the science.
The Supreme Court has ruled in similar cases the police don't need a judge's permission as long as the device is used for tracking only. They can place a GPS on anyone's car without telling the owner. They don't even need probable cause. GPS devices can track a vehicle in real time within 10 to 30 feet accuracy.
GPS is very reliable as long as the antenna for the receiver is placed in a way that allows a view of the sky.
The defense will likely argue that's where police made their mistake. Taina Hernandez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
There is yet another warning for women taking hormone replacement therapy. The FDA says the hormones may increase older women's risk of Alzheimer's or other types of dementia. The hormones have already been linked to breast cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. Marine mammal experts say the vagabond sea lion that strayed 65 miles inland from the central California coast was probably disoriented, and no wonder. It turns out the 300-pounder has a bullet lodged in his head. But veterinarians say he seems otherwise healthy, and they will continue to keep an eye on him before returning him to his home. That's the latest news at 8:05. The latest weather downstairs at Tony Perkins.
All right, thank you very much, Robin. We'll get to it. Lots and lots going on downstairs here this morning. Flat Stanley is here this morning. Say hi to Flat Stanley. We got to get him on. Someone gets extra credit for that. All right, now. Take a hi, Flat. I like that. Mr. Stanley. Take a look at the weather. Let's put the map up, put it in motion. Here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. San Diego, you're going to see a high today of 69 degrees. Let's see, Pocatello, Idaho. I don't get to mention them very often. 25, 38 would be normal. It'll be dry there. Philadelphia, only 40 today after a 50-degree high yesterday. In Atlanta, you're going to see rain showers with a high of 54 degrees. That's a look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. Now, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. Yes. All right, there you have it. That's the latest weather. Now we go back to Diane.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Well, somebody else is going to take a chance on love right now because it's Love and Valentine's Square Week. And as part of our celebration, we have been spinning the wheel, and it's cooperation with our friends at love.com. So right now, another lucky young lady is going to take a chance on Romance Roulette. And here's Lara Spencer.
Thank you, Diane. Today's amorous adventurer is Donna Bass of Durham, North Carolina. This Southern Belle is a business management advisor. She's in commercial real estate. She's also a senior student in Wing Chun Kung Fu. Woo. So watch out, boys. Behave yourselves. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the Wheel of Love, as I like to call it, during this Romance Week.
Thank you.
What did your family think when you told them that you were looking for love in this place?
Well, they can't believe it, but they are actually hoping that I find someone.
Well, it might be your lucky day. Next to you is our celebrity spinner, Rob Schneider. You are. Wait, don't get anxious.
Not yet?
We have a
Okay.
couple more questions for you. What are you looking for?
I'm actually looking for someone that's all around a good guy, not arrogant, spiritual, a family-oriented guy, someone who can just chill and relax with me when I'm at home watching TV and keep me entertained.
Can all of you fill that bill? All you guys good for that? All right, Rob Schneider.
Okay.
Got a new movie coming out on Friday?
Yes.
51st Date? Go
Do I
ahead,
spin now?
spin the roulette.
Well, Donna, you're
wheel.
lucky because today one of these guys is a junior banker, and one of them is a junior arsonist. Let's go. Let's take a look. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's coming around. We've passed the arsonist. He's slowing down here and coming up. Good Lord, the youth minister is out. The finance guy's out. And it's
Come on over, Ted.
Come on down.
So, Ted?
Yes.
You two will be going on a wonderful date. Rob will not be with you. Good Morning America's cameras will be chaperoning you.
I'll be available by phone.
For tips, for dating tips. And then on Friday, you'll come back and tell us how it goes.
Excellent.
And we're going to give you guys a taste later of the engagement chicken, so maybe it'll rev things up. Diane, for now, back to you.
Hey, thanks, Lara. And of course, we're going to show you how all of the Romance Wheel dates went, and we'll do that on Friday. Charlie?
All right, thanks very much, Diane. Later this morning, lawmakers in Washington are going to open hearings which involve the future of television, debating the question that's been on everyone's lips since the Super Bowl halftime show, which is how far is too far? Is there too much sex, too much violence that we see on television? Critics and congressmen will be talking about the issue, but we thought we'd put it to you, the viewer. So, well, you might get your youngsters out of the room while we show you some of the most controversial moments from primetime television, but it's not too bad. But we're going to talk about them, and then you can go to abcnews.com and tell us what you think. What is too far? And our guest to help us lay out the issues is J. Max Robbins. He's the editor-in-chief of Broadcasting and Cable Magazine. It's good to have you back with us.
Nice to see you, Charlie.
So let me ask you a question, and maybe I show some personal prejudice here, but is this an area where government really should be getting involved?
I don't think so, Charlie. But I do think that the broadcasters, the operators of all these cable networks, that they could be behaving a bit more responsibly and really know that perhaps during a halftime show at the Super Bowl, which really is family viewing, I mean, the Super Bowl has become a de facto, Super Sunday is a de facto national holiday. Be a little bit more careful, a little bit more judicious with your halftime show.
But the halftime shows have been going further and further every year. And earlier in that halftime show, you had singers grabbing their private parts, and you had some fairly suggestive dancing in years past. Was there some sort of new ground broken with the Janet Jackson thing?
In a way there was, but maybe people were just saying, it got to a point where we were just saying enough already. And in contrast, people out there who watched the Grammys last Sunday, I mean, it really was about the music. It wasn't like this sanitized show, but it seemed within the boundaries of good taste and entertaining. And it was about the music. It wasn't about somebody grabbing their privates or, you know, an exposed breast.
Well, I asked where is the line? Wasn't the, I mean, I look at the Britney and Madonna kiss, for instance. Now that was from an award show, but I wonder if the line wasn't demolished a long time ago.
I think it was, Charlie, and it really depends about context and what your expectations are for a particular event. The MTV Awards, you know, and if you're a parent with kids, you know that's going to be a bit more racy, or you should expect that it's going to be a bit more racy than a halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Now, of course, people vote with their clickers, in effect.
We vote with our remotes.
I watched the coupling program that was on, and that lasted, just a few weeks, using innuendo. But the same kind of innuendo works fine on Friends. So what's the difference?
The difference is one's well written and well acted and funny, and the other just wasn't. I mean, the fact is, Friends has kind of earned the right to be kind of suggestive and to use some kind of bawdy humor from time to time. It's a really well written show. We know that cast. Again, we know what to expect.
All right, now I want to ask about the difference between cable and regular television. And I'm going to use a clip from Sex and the City because it does seem that cable has a lot more license than regular TV. Here's just a quick cut.
We got off easy. Let's not forget the groomsmen have to wear kilts.
I like the idea of men in skirts. Easy access. Is it true that they wear nothing underneath? I'll find out and get back to you.
Now, everybody says, well, that's cable, and it's premium cable. People pay for it, therefore they can go for it. But 85% of the homes in this country have cable. So what's the difference? Why do they have easier or greater license than regular television?
A lot of it has to do with the way laws are written. But really, I think the law should be, the rules should be the same for everybody. And again, Sex and the City.
You do think the rules should be the same for everybody?
I absolutely do. I think that, and of course, with a premium cable channel, they don't have to worry about advertisements. Right. And again, we know what we're getting into. And HBO at the beginning of every show labels them very carefully about what the content is. It does, for parents out there and whatnot, it does make their job more difficult. However, we got to be real careful. We don't want to go down a slippery slope where we're giving up kind of artistic freedom and silly decisions are made about what to cut. And we should be the ones who get to decide. We should be the ones who get to vote with our remotes, not somebody in Washington.
All right. Well, we're going to show a bunch of clips on the internet and let people vote as to which they think goes too far and which don't. Go onto our website, abcnews.com, and you can let us know which ones you think are beyond the pale or beyond the limit, and which ones are okay. J. Max Robbins, thanks very much.
Thank you, Charlie.
Appreciate it. And we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Purell, powerful protection against germs. Take two gorgeous movie stars. Add one of the funniest, sexiest comedies of the year. Ooh, fascinating. And you've got the perfect way to spend Valentine's Day. Absolutely. Intolerable Cruelty. Buy it and give the DVD and video today.
Cough at home? Take Robitussin. On the road? Take Robitussin. New Robitussin cough gels. All the power of Robitussin in easy-to-swallow capsules. Up to 8 hours of relief. Now, Robitussin for home and the road. New Robitussin cough gels.
It's the President's Day sale at Sears. With great savings throughout the store, Sears is the place to be this holiday weekend. All Levi's jeans are on sale. Find all mechanics tool sets on sale. All TVs and all treadmills are on sale. And for your sweetheart, save $300 on this incredible half-carat diamond heart pendant, now just $99.99. Plus all other fine jewelry is 40 to 60% off. Hurry in for big savings starting this Thursday at the President's Day sale at Sears.
Get more of the good life.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hey.
Honey, I got that dessert you like.
Oh, great.
Oh, and look what else I got. Honey? Kids, relax. It's new natural citrus Listerine. It's less intense.
Sure. All right. Sounds good.
Introducing new natural citrus Listerine. All the same germ-killing power to fight plaque. Now in a new citrus flavor that's less intense. For a cleaner, healthier mouth. You can handle it. Germs can't.
So, how about this one?
We did say no ranches, right?
Yeah.
Well, plenty more where that came from. This next one is more of a colonial-inspired ranch.
It's still a ranch.
Not working with the Century 21 agent? Pledge point number 13. Century 21 agents only show you houses you want to see.
This one's more of a Tudor-inspired ranch.
No, it's not.
Just one of the ways to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century 21, real estate for your world.
I used to be laid back about everything. Nothing was too serious for me, especially my heartburn. Sure, most days it felt like I'd swallowed a blowtorch. It wasn't serious. So what if I practically had to sleep standing up like a horse? Wasn't serious. Fine, yes, I changed my diet, I started exercising more. It helped a bit. But then one day as I was chasing my breakfast with cherry-flavored antacids, it hit me. Maybe my heartburn is serious. So I go to my doctor and she tells me I have acid reflux disease. Acid reflux disease! But then she prescribed Prevacid because it helps prevent the acid and heal the damage. So I keep doing all the right things, take one Prevacid once a day, and I can be my laid-back self. Seriously.
Prescription Prevacid actually helps prevent acid where it starts by turning off many of the pumps that produce it. Prevacid has a low occurrence of side effects such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, and nausea. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. Ask your doctor for more information and if Prevacid is right for you. Help prevent the acid with Prevacid.
We're going to close out our scrapbook on John Travolta's 50th birthday party by telling you about Saturday night and the entertainment for the guy who has everything. Lara.
Diane, of course, you know that he is a pop culture icon. His characters have influenced the way we walk, the way we talk, and, of course, the way we dance. At his big 50th birthday bash, we talked about the milestones in his life.
So the cutest sweat hog hits the big 5-0, and what felt like all of Hollywood traveled to Mexico to help him mark the milestone.
Every moment was a different person that represented some aspect of my life that meant something deep to me.
Kelly Preston, who secretly planned the bash for 10 months, had so much fun she lost her voice, but not the words to describe her husband.
He's the greatest person on the planet. He really is so generous and kind and perfect and beautiful with all of his friends, and it was to give a chance for everybody that loves him to celebrate him.
Seven-year-old singing sensation Jemiah Simone Nash was the showstopper at a concert that looked back at the times of John's life. Carly Simon, who was his neighbor in New York 30 years ago, changed the words of her most popular song, You're So Vain, to You Fly Planes. Because John has a collection of planes and loves to fly them. And in his first performance since his brother Morris's death, BG Robin Gibb brought John and Kelly and all of their friends back in time to Saturday Night Fever. The movie that made us all sit up and meet a new dance partner, 23-year-old John Travolta.
Welcome back.
When you think of the 1970s, the class picture wouldn't be complete without Vinnie Barbarino.
They quit in school to get married. What? And they don't even have to.
And who could forget sexy bad boy Danny Zuko in Grease? And that song.
Did you have a crush on him in Grease or anything?
Oh,
I know I did.
Everybody had a crush on John. I think dogs had crushes on Johns. Llamas had crushes on John.
In the movie, which was still everybody's kind of milestone. I mean, every generation, including our 3-year-old, has a love affair with that movie. Grease was still the biggest movie I'd ever done, you know, and it still is the biggest movie I've ever done.
For a decade or so, he made several films, but seemed to disappear off our radar.
all that time was spent rubbing elbows with all sorts of people in life and learning more of my craft to give you Pulp Fiction.
Then, a chance role and an Oscar nomination for Pulp Fiction pulled him back from that abyss just as he turned 40.
Everybody made such a big deal about your reinvention. Do you feel like you reinvented yourself?
It's not that I had gone anywhere, it's just that I had dug into a kind of depth that was possible to give that performance.
And he seems to have soared since, vaulting now into his 50s.
There's no more, like, fooling. You are a full-fledged, responsible adult. Definitely the time where you can't use any excuses about your age. You have arrived.
How does it feel to you today?
Feels better than any age that I've ever been. And that's not even an exaggeration, because my family and my life is at a place that is very complacent and peaceful.
The 50s are everything you've been meaning to be. They are what you were meant to be. It really is the prime of your life.
John, can you tell me, what do you feel is the proudest moment of your life?
My two proudest moments in my life was when Kelly allowed me to share children with her.
John Travolta is grace personified. John Travolta is integrity. John Travolta is a big heart beating love, beating love, beating love.
A great tribute to one of the most loved guys in Hollywood. And we didn't even show you all of the entertainment. Tony Bennett sang Fly Me to the Moon, Roberta Flack, Michael McDonald. The hits just kept on coming, Diane.
Great night, great weekend. Happy birthday to you, John.
Happy
once
birthday,
again.
John.
And we'll take a break. We'll be back with the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show the next half hour.
This year on our weekend away, Jane and I wanted adventure. I didn't want my asthma to hold me back.
Bye, honey. You wanna go where you wanna go. Do what you wanna do.
There's a different kind of asthma controller, Singulair. It's not a steroid. It's a once-a-day tablet that helps provide effective 24-hour control. And the same Singulair is also approved to help relieve a broad range of seasonal allergy symptoms. Singulair will not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms. Continue taking your other asthma medicines unless your doctor tells you to stop or change the dose. If asthma symptoms get worse, contact your doctor at once. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Ask your doctor about once-a-day Singulair. Asthma control that can help you breathe easier.
Donnie, will you be my Valentine?
When I first met my girlfriend, I didn't know what to say or what to give
Will
her.
you be my Valentine? Ugh.
Now, I've gotten better at both.
This Valentine's Day, how do you tell her your love has come a long way? A 3-stone diamond necklace from Kay Jewelers would be a great start. And you can be assured of 2 things. First, that every diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that she'll absolutely love it.
My Prince Charming.
Every kiss begins with K.
It's a feeling of clean like nothing else. Extreme Clean from Aquafresh showers your whole mouth. Microactive foam seeks out bad breath germs and leaves a cool tingling that just won't quit. Extreme Clean from Aquafresh.
Know what can give our age away as much as wrinkles? Loss of firmness. Neutrogena Visibly Firm, the only moisturizer that replenishes copper, the collagen-building mineral essential for firm skin. Want to be firmer here, here, here? I do. Neutrogena Visibly Firm.
One day on vacation, Brian just said, "This is where we belong." We opened the sandbar 3 months later. After Brian died, I thought about moving back, but this is our place.
Insurance from Mutual of Omaha. Begin today.
From Walt Disney Pictures.
Can you believe I still haven't found something to wear?
Mary, don't be such a drama queen.
See the movie that'll make you laugh out loud.
I just know something is gonna go wrong.
Hold your breath.
I'm scared. You're gonna be great.
And stand up and cheer. From Walt Disney Pictures, the studio that brought you The Princess Diaries and Freaky Friday, comes a great new Disney family comedy.
Life can be so beautiful.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Rated PG. Starts February 20th.
Plan A. Swim 10 laps. Plan A. Avoid cookies. Plan E. Equal. It plays a delicious part in a healthy lifestyle. That little part you can do every day. Plan A. Do a quick 10 minutes. Plan
Plan E. Equal, easy, every day.
walk a straight line. That's ridiculous.
We know how hard it is to admit that you've got a problem, that things sometimes seem to be spinning out of control. We know how we sometimes hurt the people we love without realizing it at the time. We know because we've been there. We're Alcoholics Anonymous. If your drinking is affecting your life and family, look us up. We're in the phone book and on the web.
On September 11th, terrorists tried to change America forever. Well, they succeeded.
The sun is shining. Spring is on its way. And we're going to go to our tropical climate downstairs
A little
in
bit
Times
more of that
Square.
accent.
We're in this no known region of the world, that accent. Supermodel Tyra Banks is going to be here bringing us Victoria's Secret swimsuit fashions. Got the hottest styles coming up. Good morning again. I'm Diane Sawyer.
Why do they put out Victoria's Secret has a thing with all their swimsuits in? Why do they do that in the middle of February?
Well, of course, why did Sports Illustrated do it in the middle of February? I guess it makes you feel warm.
You
right?
buy now. You buy now and diet later. That's what it is.
Well,
you need to know exactly how bad it's going to be right now.
We'll have that swimsuit fashion show in this half hour. Also in this half hour, actor, comedian Rob Schneider is here. And you can see he's used to working these hours. We're never quite sure what he's going to do, but it's always a pleasure to have him here. He's in a new movie.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking to him a little bit later.
50 First Dates. He's coming up. But we've got more of our videos that you've been sending us.
We
Thank
are
you very
warming
much.
hearts and playing matchmaker here in Valentine's Square, as we see. And as part of our Love Fest, we've been showing you some of the most amazing marriage proposals caught on tape. You sent us these weird and sometimes very touching wedding proposals. And this morning's proposal was accidentally captured by award-winning filmmaker Rick McKay. 5 years ago, he was trying out the zoom lens on a new camera when he zoomed in on Ryan Johnson, popping the question to his girlfriend, Karen.
Hi, we're the Johnsons. I'm Karen.
I'm Ryan. This is Kennedy and Preston. We met through a mutual friend in college.
We had been dating for a little while, and when Ryan finally brought up the word marriage, I just remember it just burning from the top of my head all the way down my body and out my toes, and I knew that he was the one for me.
What makes our proposal unique is that it was caught on tape by a complete stranger. This is our entry into Good Morning America's Best Proposal Caught on Tape.
What did he say? That's Rob saying sucker. What did he say?
It seemed as if he was acting
that
like
creepy guy.
It's beautiful, and it's a silent movie. It's
you old sentimental thing, you.
Somebody's following them. I think they would have gotten angry, that's all.
It's a stalker.
Oh, stalker, he said. Right.
No, but it seemed like he was pretending that the ring had just washed on shore, and he just happened to find it there. But that was very nice. Anyway, that's the third finalist in our Best Proposal Caught on Tape. We'll show you the fourth one tomorrow. Then we'll review all four of them, and you can vote for your favorite proposal tomorrow after 9 o'clock Eastern Time by going to abcnews.com. Let's go to the news desk now and Robin Roberts.
All right, Charlie, thank you. And good morning again, everyone. John Kerry has another pair of primaries under his belt, this time in the South. After finishing first in Virginia and Tennessee, Kerry is looking to Wisconsin and other upcoming contests. But the Democratic field is dwindling, with Wesley Clark dropping out today. For the second straight day, a car bomb has claimed the lives of dozens of Iraqis. Today's explosion went off at an Army recruiting center in central Baghdad, killing more than 40 people. It follows yesterday's blast that left more than 50 dead at a police station south of the capital. Carly Bruce's family is holding private funeral services in Sarasota, Florida tomorrow. Last night, more than 1,000 mourners gathered in honor of the 11-year-old whose abduction was caught on tape. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
We will suffer grief. The memorial service drew hundreds of families, many of them with children as young as Carly Bruce. Her large photo on stage could have easily been the picture of any child here. It was too much for Carly Bruce's mother to take. The condolences, the fear, and all the young children who helped plant a tree in remembrance of her 11-year-old daughter found dead on the church's property. It was too much for every mother.
I used to be able to leave with my doors unlocked, and I don't feel the same way. I used to go out for walks in the neighborhood.
The sheriff, who had hoped to find the girl alive, tried not to sound defeated.
My prayers go out to you on behalf of all the men and women
of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, I remain proud to be your sheriff, as all of you gave me strength in reaffirming my career-long commitment in doing everything humanly possible to protect Sarasota's most valuable resource, our children.
A hearing is scheduled today where a judge could issue a gag order in the trial of Joseph P. Smith, the auto mechanic caught on tape, accused of the murder that has frightened this community. Steve Osunsami, ABC News, Atlanta.
And that is the latest weather coming up on 8:36. Now the weather and Tony Perkins. And I think that engagement chicken we had earlier has had some sort of effect on Tony. Tony?
Well, you know, I've been trying it. It's this chicken where, you know, you prepare the chicken and apparently it makes people feel amorous. And, you know, I've just been trying my own little experiment here. This is Samantha from Texas, one of our Victoria's Secret models. Would you like another little piece of chicken? How do you like that?
It's wonderful.
Really? You like it? All right. Let's take a look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. It's just a joke, honey. It's just a joke. Here we go. We've got some rain in the southern United States. Some of that rain could be flooding rain, unfortunately. Snow out in the Rocky Mountains, mainly moderate snow, windy and cold conditions in the northern plains. That is a look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. Now, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. Feel free. Yeah, Rhonda, it's just a bit, just a comedy bit. All right, thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Let's see. This weather report was brought to you by Equal. You can get more weather information by visiting our website at abcnews.com. Diane, back to you.
Hard to know whether it's the chicken or your goose that was just cooked, so we'll figure that one out. Anyway, the last time Rob Schneider visited us, he incarnated himself, not even reincarnated, into a teenage girl for his movie The Hot Chick. It was a stretch for this inspired funny man, but not much of a stretch, who can do just about anything, morphing once again now playing a native Hawaiian opposite Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore in 51st State, a completely mad comedy opening on Friday. And at the movie's world premiere, by the way, there was Rob Schneider giving his personal homage to Janet Jackson. Yes, that would be Rob Schneider doing what he does best.
Well, she stole that idea from me, by the way.
No fair.
I've had that nipple ring for a long time now. and I'm glad we got a chance I can clear up this thing. I served in the National Guard. I did. I did my service. I performed my duty. No one remembers me, but I did it, Diane. I went to Vietnam, South Carolina. I was there.
Can we just have a crawl that says the opinions of this interview subject are his own? And I'm like, well, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Now, we have to describe, first of all, how you come up with this person, this native Hawaiian Ula person. Yes, but when I read, it's Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, Portuguese.
Well, that's the pidgin.
Are we covering your...
Yeah, my mom's from the Philippines, so I'm part Filipino, so there's the Tagalog and Lucano.
Right.
And it's just the Hawaiian pidgin talk has got all those Portuguese and a mix of everything. And everything always sounds like it's a question. I'm going to sit down in the chair. Like, oh, okay, all right. And that's a pidgin talking, like everything's a question, Right. So it took me a while to get that, and it was fun.
But we should let everybody know that Ula has a little problem with sharks. He's kind of snack for sharks most of the time.
Ula thinks sharks are like dogs,
Yeah.
They're not going to bite you unless you, try to pet the private parts. So...
I'm going to show everybody a little bit from the press kit. This is Ula making an appearance.
Shark bit me. If you're surfing and, sometimes if you have like fish, if you're fishing and surfing, I don't recommend you do that because the shark, that's how I lost my finger.
And what about that blue eye?
Well, he got into not a knife fight, a machete fight. It's like a knife fight of the third power, and
but that had to hurt. What was in there?
It was they had to put something over there. That wasn't fun. The first day they put that in, it was like, oh, it's not going to hurt, and they put it in and go, ah! Oh my God. And I didn't know how I was going to react or act with that, but it was fun. The more problems a character has, the more fun it is. Missing finger, shark bite, one eyeball. I said, let's go for it. More.
You, Adam Sandler. How many movies? 8 films together.
8 films, right.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess in a way. You know, what's good is that we're still making each other laugh after all these years. And so it's fun. And we know when we're doing a movie together, we know we get to hang out for a while.
Yeah, and do you go back to Saturday Night Live and visit again a lot?
I'll go there. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like going back to high school a little bit. It's still scary, those emotional scarrings from like the gym coach yelling at you, Schneider, you got nothing. Move it out. You know, you're slow as a truck. So I have that.
Right. Well, I want to show everybody another clip from the movie because, as we know, Drew Barrymore, who's been here, has a neurological thing, and every day kind of starts anew for her. And Adam Sandler comes up with more inventive ways.
She can only remember one day's worth of information. The last day, she can't remember anything new, so every day's got to get her to fall in love with him again.
And he has an enterprise where you're going to pretend to beat him up.
Yeah, so maybe he knows she's driving through here, so I'm going to pretend to beat him up, and hopefully she'll stop.
Okay, here it goes.
Okay, this is her. Start beating me up. Make it look good.
Give me the wallet. Okay, Howley, what do you think? You can come to this island? Eat our pineapple?
Help me! Ow, not so hard. Take it easy.
Making my sister clean your hotel room.
Okay, what does that have to do with this? Relax. Hey, help me, please.
Stop it, Howley. Whoa!
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
You got him. You got him. Enough.
Are you okay?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll be right back. Hey, come here!
No, I think he's had enough. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to submit that to the Academy because I think it captures something.
I think you should. Tell me that was a rubber bat.
It was a little bat inside a rubber bat, and Drew was just like so happy. She never asked me if it was hurting me. He's like, ow! You know, she thought it was hilarious.
Again, it is completely wild. 50 first dates. It opens nationwide, as we said, this Friday, February 13th. It's great to have you back.
Thank you.
Always
Great to
fun.
see you again.
Coming up, those bathing suits we've been telling you about. Downstairs, making their debut. We'll be back.
All right.
I like to volunteer for the Neighborhood Emergency Response Team to help the firefighters. As you know, I was Fireman of the Year 3 times.
You're Mariano Rivera.
Thank you.
Fireman of the Year is a baseball award.
Yes.
You're not actually a fireman.
No.
Fireman of the Year, huh?
Just a few more minutes.
When you help your neighbors, you help your nation. Everyone can do something.
Visit us at usafreedomcorps.gov.
To all those who give birth to, homes to, or just give thought to people adopted as infants, thanks for considering adoption.
I don't care if you're rich or poor, young or old. I will come after you. I will hit you so hard you won't know what day it is. You'll want to scream for help, but you won't be able to. I'll cripple an arm or leg, or maybe, just maybe, I will kill you. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Today, a girl learned that wishes aren't just granted in fairy tales. Today, a girl who is sick saw something she'd never thought possible. The future.
She's beginning to discover boys, but she's not fast.
You do it, or they'll find some other girl who will.
She's just keeping up.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Is it really that awful to want to be popular?
She's too young. Premieres at 8 Monday night, only on Lifetime.
ABC Tonight, love stinks, and so does Damon's anniversary present.
What kind of gift does she give you? An afro pick?
My wife and kids. Then Simon's boy band comes back to haunt Philip.
All those screaming girls. Man, you must have got a lot of...
Right. It's all relative. And The Bachelorette's down to our final 4, and reality sinks in.
I live with my mother.
I mean, hello.
The Bachelorette.
Love stinks.
Plus, on Celebrity Mole Yucatan, the Mole sinks to a new low. Valentine's Week, all new, starting at 8/7 Central, ABC tonight. Then catch Jimmy Kimmel Live, late night tonight.
Some things only get better. Super Millionaire, ABC, February 22nd.
It has been so cold this winter. I mean, bitter cold here in the Northeast. But a sure sign that spring is coming, Victoria's Secret Bathing Suit Fashion Show. The new line of Victoria's Secret bathing suits is just out. Supermodel Tyra Banks is joining us, and as you can see from these pictures, she wears the line very well. And she joins us this morning along with Monica Mitro, executive producer of the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, and they are both here together to make me blush.
Yes, we are.
Because I will. But these are all suits from Victoria's Secret, right?
Right, and now's the time of year that everyone is buying swimsuits because they're going on vacation. And I mean, it seems really cold here, but that's when people are going on cruises.
You buy bathing suits in February.
A lot of women
Just because
do.
mentally it gives you a boost.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's when women want to buy. That's when they take their vacations. And we brought some really great suits for you today.
Okay, all right.
You gonna make it?
I'll make it through. if I get a little sweaty, you just mop my brow. Okay.
You can see the girls right now.
Okay.
The first model is Priscilla, and she's wearing the Body by Victoria swimsuit. And this is our most popular lingerie line, and we made it into swimwear.
It's really, really comfortable. The material is amazing. This is the bra this is the swimsuit version of the bra that I model mostly in Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
It's your favorite,
It's
right?
my favorite. It's so comfortable, and so this is the swimsuit version of that.
And the mesh cover-up is very sexy. It goes a little longer. You can tie it up, and it's really, these neon colors are very popular this season.
I was going to say, is the mesh there so that Priscilla doesn't have a wardrobe malfunction, or
Yes.
is it part of the suit?
It's a cover-up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cover-up.
Okay.
But good question.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Paige is wearing a very sporty swimsuit. And this is for women that are surfing or water skiing. It's inspired by the whole surfer girl look.
What's good about this is, when you're surfing and you what do you call that? You wipe out.
Right.
Your shirt's not going to wipe out.
Well,
It's going to stay put.
So the shirt is actually part of the suit. I mean, it's not
Yes.
covering up the other part
Right,
of the
and a lot of people are wearing these now, too, to protect themselves from the sun if they're out in the sun
Right.
all day doing water sports. And it's very sexy and cute. And it comes in a whole other line of...
Now, give me some estimate of price. What does this cost?
$38 for the top and $28 for the bottom.
So it's a
Very
total of
reasonable.
$66 there. $66.
Look, you add so
It was a
well.
math quiz
So
today.
smart.
Thank you very much.
Funny, my mind isn't really working in terms of addition, but that's okay.
Now, Michelle's wearing something that's very glamorous. The cover up the pareo is really beautiful. A lot of women wear it around the bottom. If they're laying out in the pool and they want to walk around, they want a little bit of a cover up. And the suit's for women that want more of a cover up. It's very glamorous.
That is very nice.
You
yeah.
can go to the beach and then also walk and get a little drink, at the pool.
Right.
Thank you very much. The next model is wearing a silver string bikini, and metallics are very popular this season. And the mesh cover-up is something that, again, you can wear just to have a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, that seems to be a sort of a cover-up of something or other. Is part of many of these suits.
Yeah, and everything she has.
Aren't these clever ad-libs I'm throwing in here?
Everything she has on is from Victoria's Secret. The shoes, the bag, the watch. You can completely accessorize yourself for the beach.
I love her bag because it's very bling bling. It's very puff
What was
daddy.
that?
Her bag is very bling bling, very puff daddy. Very sparkly and.
That's a fashion term, the bling bling.
Yeah, bling
right?
bling.
Okay.
It's in the dictionary now. Bling
Okay.
bling.
All right. And the next one?
Thank you very much. Now, Anamika is wearing, again, the Body by Victoria, but this is called a tankini. And this is something that has a shelf bra built in, so you have a lot more support than just a regular bathing suit. And this is a skirt cover-up. Underneath, she's
Support
actually...
for what? Okay.
Emotional support.
I see,
You're
emotional
running
support,
on the
right,
beach,
right.
She can also wear it as a top. A lot of women will wear this as a top with jeans. And she has actually a bottom on under that, which is called a hot short. And it comes in a lot of different style bottoms.
So this is a tiny little skirt that goes actually over the bottom of the
That's
suit.
nice if you want to walk to the drinks bar, at
Right.
the beach or at the resort. And I love these because if a woman doesn't feel so secure with wearing a bikini, but she still wants the sexiness, with the tankini, the stomach still shows a little bit.
That's a good point. Good
Tara
point.
was wearing the tankini in the picture we showed of her in the beginning.
Right.
Did you happen
Right.
to see that?
I did. Well, I
Okay, good.
noticed the picture. Yes, I did indeed. Yes.
Thank you,
I thought a
Anamika.
tankini was something you drank, but that's all right.
It can be. Now, this is our most popular style And for some reason, everyone's going crazy over hearts. It's our #1 seller. Valentine's Day is just 4 days away.
Day, sure.
And this is something that a guy can buy for his girlfriend for Valentine's Day, because if he doesn't want to buy lingerie, it's not as daring.
Yeah.
But I think people just like the heart motif this year.
Especially if a relationship is kind of new and the guy, is like, I don't think I should buy lingerie, but a swimsuit might not be as daring.
All right, well, thank you all, ladies. Monica, thank you very much. Tyra, thank you.
Thank you.
I feel warmer already. Do I feel warm? All right, Good Morning America continues. Thanks to Victoria's Secret.
My name is Jane Fonda. When violence against women and girls ends, I'll be able to talk to my men friends the way I talk to my women friends.
V-Day works to end violence against women and girls in the U.S. and around the world.
Let V-Day become V-World. V-Day until the violence stops.
Monday morning came too soon. It's entering my...
Nobody likes me. Nobody. Maybe it's because I like to attack people. Men, women, kids. I can reduce them to weak, stammering, confused, scared imitations of their former selves. If they don't stop me, I just might leave them that way for life. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
On September 11th, terrorists tried to change America forever. Well, they succeeded.
Tonight, first there was Janet Jackson's performance, then the outrage. Now, the government and the networks may be making changes. Will your favorite show look the same? Watch World News Tonight.
So I can't talk. I've got shock and awe after that modeling segment. And Robin, you had something you wanted to add.
Tanya Williams, who was with us earlier, the wife of Jason Williams, who's on trial for the shooting death of his driver, she has a website that she will chronicle the day-to-day activity in the courthouse. You can find that website by going to our website at abcnews.com.
Oh. All right, good. And we hope you have a great day. We'll see you right here tomorrow. Enjoy it.
Ooh, child, hosting the Oscars is a trip. You walk out there and all those stars are there. Hey, y'all. That's what I like at the red carpet. Look at Julia with that big smile. Denzel looking so fine. Ooh. The whole world just stops because it's our show. So watch me, Mr. Billy Crystal, February 29th on ABC. Yeah.
If it's Oscar, expect the unexpected. Billy Crystal hosts the Oscars live ABC Sunday, February 29th, 8/7 Central, 5 Pacific.
Do that one, baby.
From the man that brought you The Stand, Carrie and the Green Mile, comes a world premiere television event.
Inside this skull is the biggest, scariest, haunted house of them all.
Welcome to Kingdom Hospital, a place medical science can't explain.
Kingdom Hospital is haunted. Cool. Yes, it is.
Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, ABC Wednesday, March 3rd, 9/8 Central.
There are lots of vacancies.
Read the book, then watch the premiere. The Journals of Eleanor Drews, now available wherever books are sold.
Tell me my favorite story.
Once upon a time, a girl had a secret playmate
Who lived in a castle in cyberspace.
and they downloaded megabyte after megabyte
Which took a gig and half a memory.
at 3 million bits per second.
And that was 60 times faster than the old dial-up.
By age 12, too many girls lose interest in math and science and their chance at most future jobs. Keep her interest alive.
Could we read Alice in Numberland?
It's her future. Do the math.
There's a vacation village near Orlando that's unlike any other. It's called Give Kids the World. It brings a week of joy to children with life-threatening illnesses, and it's absolutely free for their families. Call Give Kids the World or log on, and please, help give them a time to remember.
ABC Friday, George's mom gets an indecent proposal from a younger man.
Eventually, he's going to get over this phase and go back to women.
New George Lopez. Then Seth Green is Tom's doctor with a strange love for Susan. New Married to the Kellys. And Kevin Sorbo tangles with Faith.
You have a really big mouth.
Here comes the sweet talk.
New Hope and Faith. Plus, Cupid comes early on Life with Bonnie.
You're so sweet and funny. I'm only going to get funnier.
All new TGIF, part of Valentine's Week on ABC. Then it's an all-new Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC Late Night.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Walt Disney Pictures' Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Coming to theaters everywhere February 20th.
For the latest video highlights, log on to America Online, keyword ABC News. This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
You know what? That beautiful actress Naomi Watts is coming on the show. She's from, you know where she's from? She's from Down Under. Joy, don't say that. What do you mean? Australia.
Today, live on The View.
In December, we helped one family get the home of their dreams. And ABC Sunday, we're at it again for a whole new deserving family.
Our dad's in Iraq.
Making more dreams come true. Whoa! Extreme Makeover Home Edition, now every week, premiering ABC Sunday, 8/7 Central.
Today, a girl learned that wishes aren't just granted in fairy tales. Today, a girl who is sick saw something she'd never thought possible. The future.
Glucose plus oxygen equals carbon dioxide plus water.
Hey, Gio, what's up?
And energy. Superior vena cava, pulmonary artery, coronary artery.
I'd like to pass them back to you now.
For
Very pleased
types
with your
of
work.
endoplasmic reticulum with ribosome. Is it 3 o'clock already? And without. Copy of the skeletal anatomy syllabus for chem cycle 1 chem 2 velocity axis skeletal anatomy Thursday. The lobes of the cortex.
She's got the drive,
Cranial volume.
the energy,
Ventral, parietal,
the heart,
and occipital.
and the talent.
Motor output. Vena cava.
Pre-med.
Different.
But she wouldn't be here
Evolutionary development.
without your help. Please support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Syllabus for chem 2.